everybody, welcome to the Cozy Hermitage Craft Cottage. My name is John. So, this is Tuesday, and Ruben and I just finished our knit night, and it's been requested that maybe we video our knit night, and I talked to Ruben, and he's not ready for his big premiere of being on video yet, and that's fine. I thought, well, after our knit night, I could just sit here and knit for another half hour or so, and get a little more done on my scarf. And I don't know, you guys can sit and knit with me if you want. I don't know how this will work out. I don't know. Once might be enough for you guys, if you even. But if you like this, then let me know, and I can do this after Ruben leaves on Tuesdays. I don't mind doing this. This is get to knit for an extra half hour, and kind of fun. I don't know if I can do a live yet, because I think you have to have so many subscribers or something. I'm not too sure on that. I haven't looked at it, so. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing all right, and you're all getting to do some crafting. I'd say this was sit and knit for a bit, but that's Arne and Carlos's stick, so I guess I'll just have to come up with a new thing. Sit and knit with me. My youngest daughter, Rachel, she likes to crochet. She does really good. I don't know how she does it. A lot of the stuff she makes without a pattern or anything. She just looks at something and then makes it. She's made some pretty cool stuff. But anyway, she's been using Kristen's Mini Cooper car, and so right now we have a Mini Cooper and we have a pickup truck, and Rachel works in Spokane. Christian has his own car, but hit a deer with it, and so it looked fine. I mean, the car, and just some broken plastic parts, but I guess it was making some funny noise or something, and so they called the insurance, and they gave them a place to take it to in Spokane. So he took the car to Spokane, and they estimated, like, I can't remember, $3,000 or something worth of damage, and they said it'll probably go up as they tear into it, because there might be more stuff broken underneath. So yeah, sure enough, there's a little bit more. I can't remember how much it went up to, but so he doesn't have a car. So he's been driving our truck. Rachel doesn't have a car, so she's been driving the Mini Cooper. So there are times we don't have a vehicle here at all. So hopefully nothing bad happens that we have to go somewhere. But anyway, so Rachel and Kristen went into Moses Lake, because Rachel has to get her own car. And Rachel and Kristen went into Moses Lake today and went to a place we've dealt with before for cars. They're really good. And usually we deal with the owner of the place, but he was busy, and so we had just a salesman. They're all nice people there, and found the car and tried to get the financing, and it wouldn't work because the car was overpriced, and so they left. They said, okay, well, I guess we'll have to look somewhere else. And so they left and they headed home. And on their way home, Moses Lake is about a 40-minute drive from our house. So on their way home, Roman called the owner and asked what happened, and so he told him and stuff. He says, "Well, I'll see what I can do." And so Kristen and Rachel got home, and I don't know. They got sat around for a couple minutes, and then Kristen called him back. And he said, "Yes, we have a car for you, and these are the payments, and there's all the stuff." It's 2017 Subaru Forester. I think it had under 120,000 miles on it. I don't know how much it cost, but payments she could do. So I said, okay, well, I guess, and Roman was at the hospital with his girlfriend having a baby. so he's doing that. Diet Cola. And yeah, so he said, well, Kristen has to take Clyde into Spokane tomorrow and doesn't know when she'll be back. And then Thursday, Rachel has to go to work, and so Kristen asked if they could just come tonight and get stuff done. So that'd be fine. So Kristen and Rachel turn around, they go back into Moses Lake, and they get there and they go to start the car up because they haven't test drove this car, and put the key in. Nothing happens. And apparently the key has a little battery in it, and if the little battery goes dead, then the key forgets what car it belongs to and won't start the car. So you have to have the key reprogrammed. And I'm pretty sure there's not a Subaru dealer in Moses Lake. So they must have to send the key somewhere to get it reprogrammed, and it'll take like 3 days. So, and apparently Roman kind of forgot about that little detail. So he had the salesman put gas in Kristen's car. So for coming and going back and forth, which was really nice. So anyway, no car for Rachel for 3 or 4 days, and she'll be working, and so probably Monday. And then Christian's car is supposed to be in paint today, so hopefully that'll be ready to go in a day or two. But he works tonight, and I think he works tomorrow night. Both Rachel and Christian Not Kristen, my wife, but Christian, my second youngest son. He works at Walmart stocking at night, so he works from, I don't know, 9 to something in the morning, and then Rachel works at Amazon from I think from 6:30 to 6:30 or 6 in the morning or 5 or something like that. So they both work all night and sleep most of the day. And anyway, so hopefully we'll get the car thing figured out. And of course, all the driving from Kristen's car is, and Rachel took the car to Yellowstone for a trip. And but anyway, all these miles getting put on the car, and it has some things wrong with it now that we're going to have to fix. So, yeah. That's the way it goes when you have children. That's all right. It was pretty nice weather-wise here today. It was just hot enough that you didn't know whether you wanted to be outside or not. And I don't know, Kristen turned the air conditioner on later in the day. I was fine without it being on, but she got too hot, so. You guys doing anything new? What kind of, are you doing any knitting or crochet or anything? Or what projects are you guys working on? And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're working on. Ruben was doing crochet tonight. He has this nice leather bag that I think he got from a casino that he keeps his knitting in. And then he had this nice, it looked like a crochet bag. It looked like a crocheted bag. I don't know. But that's what he keeps his crochet in. So he has 2 different bags. So he was working on that tonight. Had him over for dinner. I made spaghetti and meatballs. And we had, I can't remember the name, zuppa Toscana soup. If you have an Olive Garden and you get that sausage soup, Kristen, my wife Kristen, makes that in an Instant Pot. It's really good, and so she made that yesterday. She has a giant Instant Pot and fills it up, and so we eat on that for a couple days, 2 or 3 days, and so I warmed that up for dinner, and spaghetti and meatballs I made, and Ruben came over, and we had dinner. Then on our way out to come out here to the cottage, the dogs got out. Their Springer Spaniel, Jed, and Bubbles got out. Of course, tried to get Bubbles, and she just ran straight into the rabbit holes along the fence. Wouldn't come out. I tried for a while and tried to get Jed, and I'm not going to tell you what Jed did because it's sad. But anyway, he's all right. But anyway, the kept calling Bubbles, that she kind of poke her head out somewhere along the fence, and so I'd start walking toward her. She'd walk away from me along the fence. I'd get closer, and then she'd just turn and disappear back into the hedge. And I couldn't catch her. I finally, and Ruben was out here in the cottage crocheting, waiting for me. And I was trying to get the Bubbles because we have coyotes around here. And don't want bubbles getting out of the yard or anywhere. We had a little dog a long time ago that got eaten by a coyote. We took him by a coyote. Not pleasant. But anyway, so I finally texted Douglas and Christian and said, could someone come out here and try and get the little dog, try and get Bubbles? And so they came out. And, finally, I was in here with Ruben and let them work their magic and told them to get a little bowl of food and shake it for her, and she'd probably come out. After 5 minutes or so in here knitting with Ruben, I went out to check, and Doug was shaking the bowl, and Bubbles was at his feet. I said, pick her up. And so he picked her up, and I brought her in here with me and Ruben, and she laid around on the floor, ate the rest of her food, and hung out here with us until Kristen got home, and then Kristen came out and got her, and went back in the house. It's been a fairly busy day. Well, not really busy. Just those things that Kristen's been more busy than I have. I just sitting around watching YouTube videos most of the day. Yeah, I I've been having the urge to try knitting some socks again, and I did try at one time, and the yarn was too little and the needles too tiny, and I had bought some Chowgu, the mini needles, I think they were 3-inch ones. But they were in the small sizes because I thought that's what I needed, and so, but they're too little for me to use as far as thickness around. So I kind of gave up right after I started, and then I noticed Davina from Little Workroom Crafts. She's been knitting, I think, DK socks. Thicker yarn. And I think, well, maybe I can do that. So I'm gonna have to look I can't remember the pattern that she uses, so I'll have to go back and see if I can find what she says the pattern is, so I can look it up. Or I could just look up, Google search, and see what I find. Then there's also I can't remember her name. I can't remember the YouTube channel. I think it's like Love Your Knitting Machine or something. But she shows you how to make, I think it's socks on your knitting machine. That sounds kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind trying that. I haven't watched it yet. I'll have to try and find it again and watch that. And then Crafty Cleggs journals. She has Crafty Cleggs Creations. This is Jeanette. Crafty Cleggs Creations and Crafty Cleggs Journals YouTube channels. And I think it was today or yesterday. I watched it this evening. she was showing us how to make covered paper clips. That was pretty cool. I think I might try and make some of those. If I do, I'll show you. Or you can just go to her channel and watch a professional do it. Yeah, it looks fairly easy to do. It was kind of fun. I was thinking I sent a link to my daughter Anna Lee and said that she could do that with her boys, and they probably like that. I didn't think about doing that with Becca. I'll send it to Becca too. Maybe she could do that with twins, Caleb. So yeah, to see. Well, that was kind of fun. Basically, you take a paper. I think she said it was 5 inches long by 1.5 inches. And then you take a paper strip, fold it over, and then you get another paper strip. I think hers was that strip was 4 inches by 1 inch. Fold it in half. And then you put the paper clip over the big piece of paper, like you're paper clipping it. And then she cut a little slots on either side of the crease in the middle of the smaller piece of paper. And then you take a ribbon and you thread it through the top of the paper clip, and then one side up through one slit, another side up through the other slit, and then you put glue on the paper and the paper clip, and you slide that other piece over and you fasten it down, let it dry, and then you can decorate the paper with more stuff. But then you have a covered paper clip. It looks pretty cool. Sounds really simple, but you might want to watch the video. I don't think I have any paper clips, so I'd have to get some paper clips first. Yeah. I remember, I don't know if you remember back in 2020 at COVID lockdown time, if you watched Arne and Carlos, they were doing a YouTube video every day for COVID, to keep your spirits up and stuff. And then Carlos got sick and had to go to the hospital, and Arne couldn't go with him. So Arne did a video of him just sitting there in front of the fireplace, and you just saw from this angle him hidden, sitting there knitting, and the fire was in front of his feet and stuff. And I don't think he said anything. He just sat there and knit, and it was kind of a touching scene. You could go back and find that video if you search for it. Just if you want to sit and knit with somebody, I sat there and knit with him while he was sitting knitting in front of the fire. It was kind of nice. So I'm going to post this tonight, but I imagine some of you won't see it until tomorrow. But you have to let me know if you like this kind of a thing or not. But I mean, this isn't the only thing I'll do. I'll still do the monthly wrap up, but if I have something going on, I'll show that too. And actually, I think I do have some stuff, but I'm not gonna. I bought some stuff. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, I'll show that later on this week. I think maybe I'll do that on Friday or next week or something. Show you what I bought. Oh, so how's the weather where you guys are? Is it nice? Is it rainy? There's that tropical storm in the Atlantic right now along the eastern coast of the United States. Hope everyone stays safe during that. I kind of like this yarn. It's white and red and white and white and red and white. Kind of interesting. When I had my scarf in that new bag, I showed you that this big bag. It actually fits in there pretty nice. So now when we go camping again, I'm gonna take the scarf with me and I can knit on it. That'll be nice. Getting dark a lot earlier. we decided to start midnight at 6 o'clock. Now, it used to be at 7, but it was getting dark by 9, and Ruben doesn't like driving in the dark, so decided to start at 6 and be done at 8. Still a little bit dark at 8 o'clock, but I think I'll finish this row and then call it a night. It's like I've been talking, I've been sitting here for over 30 minutes, so I think that's long enough for this time anyway. This is Lion brand wool ease yarn that I used to get from Joann's. And I think I saw something that Hobby, no, I don't think it's Hobby, it's Michael's. Has a version of this, if I remember right. I'll have to look it up again and check, but I think I still have a couple balls of this left, so I keep going. All this is Woolie's yarn. I just like the way it feels, and it feels warm and squishy. There. Let's see. Needle stopper. All right. Well, I've been on here for, I think, almost 35 minutes. So, you know, if you guys stuck around with me for that long knitting and crafting, that's great. Give me a thumbs up, and let me know if you want me to do this again next Tuesday. If I don't get any responses or anything, I probably won't do it. But if someone likes it, I'll do it again. I enjoy it. So let me know. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. And so I'll maybe see you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching.